Hi everyone, welcome to today's video. So on today's video, I will take you through a list of stocks that according to me are in good shape, form, and they are likely to give a breakout. And this might be the last chance when you can buy them at these current valuations. Of course, my stock picks can go wrong, no doubt about that. I'm an investor and of course I'll make mistakes from time to time. But I'll explain you the entire technical fundamental aspects behind it. Why am I bullish on these stocks? Very easy language I will use. So please consider liking and supporting these type of videos which are fundamentally taught, right? So if you like them, then these type of videos will reach out to more people and will make more investors more aware. So with that spirit in mind, let us kickstart. And let me give you a very quick two important theoretical concepts here and then I will go into the stock list. So the first key point is that you must understand where we are in the Nifty journey as of now. You will see that this week that was concluded, Nifty has given roughly 4% up move. Very good gains have been made, but it also means that in the super short term, Nifty can correct at any point in time. For example, here you will see that Nifty has no support. So it can theoretically come down and lose all its gain because this is where the first important support comes, right? This is one very clear possibility. Second clear possibility is, and let me use a different color, that Nifty might fall a little bit, then it can go up, then it can fall again, then it can go up, then it can fall again. And maybe this new support can be dropped, right? So something like this is likely to happen. But having said this, I had earlier said, in fact, I had said it months ago, that Nifty technical target in the midterm comes out to be 21,500. This is very, very likely to get achieved. Most likely this year itself before December, but worst case scenario or like with a 99% probability, this will definitely happen before the elections, right? So we are very much in the bull run. Aap zyada bechna vichna mat, and here is an entire video that I've done on this topic. So this is first critical concept. Now the second critical concept is that you will say that, you know what, okay, understood that we don't have to sell, but I have somewhat missed the rally. Now what can I buy? So for this, you need to know the second concept. See, these phases, so I'm just highlighting it, this phase, this phase, this phase, these are run-ups, right? So run-up means that the market moved from here to here very sharply, from here to here very sharply, then from here to here very sharply. So these type of phases are always exhibited in the market. And jab run-up hota hai, so let me highlight it with a different Roman letter here, 1, 2, and 3. And even this was a run-up, so let me highlight this as 4. Now what happens here is that, see, the stocks that are taken up in run up 1 might be very different from the stocks that are taken up in run up 2, might be very different from the stocks that might have been taken up in run up 3, 4, so on and so forth. I hope you understood this critical point. Now, just to give you an illustrative case, right? So go roughly 6 months back, right? So go roughly 6 months back and consider something like HDFC AMC, right? Bhai sahab, people were not willing to buy the stock. इतना अच्छा चल नहीं रहा है, right? And दुनिया भर की problem है, and it was a falling stock. People were just thrashing it, right? बहुत सारे fund manager even sold it. HDFC AMC बेकार stock है, कुछ नहीं होगा, ये वो. Look at the performance of HDFC AMC in the last 6 months. Go 12 months back, right? And look at something like Punjab National Bank or PSU Banks in general, right? Everyone was making a noise, or most of the people were making a noise कि एकदम बेकार रद्दी stocks हैं, कभी growth नहीं होती, this, that. But again, these were undervalued assets which were good. So as long you would have purchased it, showed some patience with these stocks would have given a run up. Similarly, in the last roughly, let's say 2-3 months, you would have seen something like CDSL, CAMS, right? CDSL mein to almost 80-85% rally has happened. If you check something like Angel One, right? Angel One, all these stocks have given very good run up. Again, go back like maybe 9-10 months back, something like IDFC First Bank had given a massive run up. The point I'm trying to tell you is that these stocks that will grow in a particular rally or a run up might be very, very different when you go from run up 1, 2, 3, 4, right? This is a critical point that you need to understand. The third key point that you need to understand is that if you do not buy stocks when they are undervalued, you will not make money on it, or at least you will not make big money on it. Right now, if you go and buy something like Angel One, or if you go and buy CDSL CAMS, or if you buy HDFC AMC or these stocks, यार आपको मिल जाएगा 10-15% run up maybe or 10-15% CAGR growth, but major run up we have to assume that you might have missed here, right? So that is the simple point that you need to understand, that you have to buy things when they are undervalued. If you do not have the courage to buy things when they are undervalued, आपको नहीं मिलेगा return, right? That's the critical point, critical fundamental thing that you must understand. For this, you need to develop courage. And how does courage come? Courage comes from risk mitigation and understanding fundamentals. This brings us to the sponsors of today's video, which is Ditto insurance, in life also, you need courage, you need to have systems of mitigating risk, and by buying insurance, you are able to build that risk mitigation plan. So definitely go and have a health insurance and life insurance. In fact, the premiums on health and life insurance is growing like crazy in India. The medical inflation in India has been extremely high. It has been 2 times that of the general inflation. So please do not delay your plans. Definitely go speak with an insurance expert at Ditto. You can do it for free, absolutely free of cost. Check the links in the description and comment box. And using those links, you can schedule a free phone call with an insurance expert at Ditto and get an understanding of what type of insurance you need to buy. So with that said, let me move on to the specific undervalued stocks that I see. एक-एक करके आपको पूरी कहानी बताता हूँ. You will be able to understand it in very simple language. So the first stock that I would highlight is Aptus Value Housing Finance. I had been speaking about this stock on my member community for the last 1 month, and aaj it has given a breakout. But does it mean that the breakout is over? I do not think that that is the case. It is likely to give even a better breakout. Now, why am I saying it? So let me first do a very quick fundamental analysis. फिर मैं आपको थोड़ा सा technical करके बताऊंगा. So number one, take a look at the sales figure. It is sitting on an all-time high. The profit figures are sitting at an all-time high, right? So this is first critical point. Second key point, if you go and take a look at the peers, you will see Aptus, Aavas, LIC Housing, PNB Housing. These stocks have not given a run up, right? So the entire industry seems to be in a slump. Now see, there is good reason why an industry is in a slump and it's a bad industry. Probably आपने पैसा नहीं डालना उस industry में, all that stuff makes sense. But if the industry is growing, if the system structures around it are growing, if the downfall of the stock has already happened, then maybe it might make sense to take a look at this industry. So on that note, let me very quickly touch upon a technical point here. And what you will notice is that see, this stock was in a downtrend. ये नीचे 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 जाया जा रहा था. Then it consolidated here, and now the trend has reversed, right? So to say. So आप देख सकते हो, and let me draw it with a different color. That here, this is a trend reversal line, right? So this trend is reversing. So the critical point here is that even from a trend point of view, the stock is now in an uptrend, right? Now, even from a valuation point of view, if you check the company, it is at its median PE, so to say, right? So given all these points that the performance of the stock is good, there is no singular problem there. ROC वगैरह इसका ठीक है, ऐसा कुछ इसमें खास issue नहीं है, right? Now you might ask me that, okay, what is the viewpoint on this industry and why do you think that Aptus is likely to grow? So see, let me show you 2-3 graphics. So first is that if you take a look at the loan book growth rate, you will see that there is a very clear up move, right? Second is that if you consider the breakup of its loan, what you will notice is that majority of the loans are housing finance loans, right? Approximately 60% of the business comes from the housing finance domain of the company. Now, as the housing prices itself go up, as the interest rates come down, companies or housing finance companies are generally going to benefit. Therefore, I feel that 2 stocks, that is Aavas and Aptus Finance, which are doing very well in terms of numbers, both are likely to give an up move from this point. There does not seem to be major risk because these are securitized loans. These are not like your consumer loans. यहाँ पे आपका घर-वार बेच के the bank can get its money back or the NBFC company can get the money back. So this is a critical aspect. The next critical risk mitigation factor in the company is that this is a South India based company. So the geographical limitation is structured, right? It is not as if that the company is trying to expand everywhere. North में भी कर लेंगे, इस business में भी चले जाएंगे, east में भी चले जाएंगे, वगैरह वगैरह. So the chances of lending out money and collecting it becomes better because you understand the consumer demographics slightly more sensibly, right? So I'm not saying that, you know what, the company is going to like double from this point बहुत quickly, right? From 16,000 it will go to 32,000, this, that. All I'm simply saying is that if the numbers stay intact, then the stock will go to a PE of 40 to 43 and उससे ही काफ़ी growth आ जाएगी because it is at 25-26 से PE पे. तो 50-60% gain in the stock should ideally happen if the company is able to maintain it. So these are 2 solid stocks in my portfolio. This is not a push that you also buy it. I'm just simply helping you understand the fundamental. Now comes the second category of stocks. Here I've spoken a lot, so I will keep it really brief to the point. The 2 stocks or 2 private banks that I will pick at this juncture would be HDFC Bank and Kotak Bank. Numbers I'll just show you in 2 minutes and then I will show you some technical patterns also. See, all-time high revenues, all-time high profits. The profits are growing at a CAGR of 20% and the stock price return for the last 3 years has been 0%, right? So nothing has happened on the stock, to be honest. Now, ऐसा तो नहीं कि कुछ stock में गड़बड़ चल रही है, that, you know, internal घोटाले चल रहे हैं and all that stuff. See, अगर ऐसा कुछ हो रहा होता ना, then FIIs would have left the stock. So have FIIs cut down their holding? No. Have DIIs cut down their holding? No. In fact, they have increased it, right? So strong players are actually looking to buy this stock. They are still buying it. When will the stock move? I don't know. But if you keep like a 3-year viewpoint on something like Kotak Bank, no reason why it will not CAGR or compound at 20% CAGR from this point if the market is going up by let's say 12-13%, right? There will be winners in this market or in this next phase of the bull run. जैसा मैंने आपको पहले समझाया था. So from that perspective, buying and holding these type of solid companies which are not at crazy valuations right now makes sense. Now, why am I saying that Kotak Bank is not at a crazy valuation? You can see that, here is the PE, right? 20.2k PE पे है. When was the last time it existed? It existed back in 2008. Such low PE, right? In a growing market. Please remember this statement, extremely important. And if you like this logic, do press the like button. See, in a growing market, right? When the market is growing, and I will show it to you from here. So for example, this 2020 phase, here the overall markets were growing. Now, what was the PE? The PE was roughly 42, 43. What is the PE now? The PE has been cut into half. So stock price growth will just simply happen. Even if result कुछ बड़े नहीं उसके बावजूद भी the stock price growth will simply happen. Why? Because in a growing market, the PE expands. People who are not willing to pay even 20-25 PE in a down market, they are willing to pay for that exact same stock even 40-50 PE. So that is the reason why buying undervalued companies and holding them where PE expansion is likely to happen generates crazy amount of wealth. From that logic, both companies, Kotak Mahindra Bank and HDFC, are solid contenders there. Okay, so then comes the natural point that अच्छा कितना बढ़ जाएगा Kotak Mahindra Bank. So see, for me, the target would be somewhere around like 25-30% immediate gain. Right now, this can happen within like 1 month also. But honestly, I don't think this should take more than 3 to 4 months. That is my assessment. Something similar or exactly similar is likely to happen on HDFC Bank as well. Many people, for example, your HDFC Bank is already like, 1.1 lakh crore iski valuation hai. How will it double? How will the stock price double? Bhai, for the stock price to grow, it's not as if that the market cap needs to double necessarily. Even if PE expansion is happening, that will translate into greater market cap, right? So please rewind the statement, watch it, you will understand the logic more. These are the fundamental points that I teach on my member community also. Now, in case you guys want to build that confidence in investing where you can bulk buy, now every day I give market commentary that will help you learn about stock markets in a structured manner, bit by bit. So every day you will be learning new concepts. You will be improving your investing style. So definitely do consider checking out our investor community. It's now India's biggest investment community, and you will find the link to join in the description and comment box. So definitely go and check it out. But I hope that these 4 stocks that I have spoken so far, these are clear. The investment thesis behind it is clear, and to what extent they can grow, even that is clear. Now the next stock according to me, which is likely to give a very good run up, or next 2 stocks, would be SBI and SBI cards both, right? Now let me just quickly take you through it, because SBI cards के बारे में I have spoken earlier also, so I'll not take a lot of your time there. See, let me first show you the technical pattern on SBI or State Bank of India, and what you will notice is that this is a very clear reverse head and shoulder. Now, if you pick this and stick it here, this gives you a very clean target of somewhere around 740 rupees. So then comes the natural question कि यार PSU Banks में run up has already happened. So why is it that SBI will give run up? Okay, so see, fundamentally speaking, SBI is sitting on its again all-time high revenues, all-time high profits. The profit growth has been massive. It's very good. There is no fundamental problem. Technical patterns are solid on SBI as of now. And if you check, just go on peers, and if you check the PE ratio of State Bank of India, you will see that it is sitting on a PE of 8.03, right? On top of that, if you check how much run-up has happened on SBI, you will see that, a major run-up had happened in this zone, right? Uske baad, the stock has been consolidating for almost the last 1 year. And for the last 1 year, nothing has happened on State Bank of India. Now, again, taking you back to that peer tab, you will see that when it comes to Punjab National Bank, by Punjab National Bank, I am sitting on more than 100% profit as of now. I have not cut my position. When will I cut my position? Again, I will help you understand all those fundamental points on my member community. So definitely go check it out. But look at the fact that it's not as if that, Punjab National Bank is doing something much more amazing compared to State Bank of India. Bhai sab, lunch pe wo bhi nahi milenge, lunch pe wo bhi nahi milenge. So it's a joke. Please don't take it seriously. But on a more serious note, see, it's not as if that PNB is digital banking is like amazing, or customer relationship is like amazing compared to SBI. Nothing much has happened, right? So there is a very good chance that even SBI का जो PE expansion होगा, it can go to 16, or it might happen that PNB का जो PE है, that might fall to 12, and State Bank of India का 8 से 12 हो जाए, right? So that is a simple point that I'm trying to explain. Some of these banks, even Bank of Baroda, and let me just show it to you here, that see, it is in an up move, it is going up. So according to me, this is not a time to sell it. Even Bank of Baroda can go up, right? It has already gone up from roughly 81 all the way till 212. So काफी अच्छी growth हुई है in the last 1.5 years. It is already in an upward momentum. SBI maybe that momentum was there, but for the last 1.5 years it kind of stopped. So I do feel that SBI as an overall parent brand, be it for SBI cards or SBI, they are going to do well. They are likely to do well. What about the story for SBI card? This still remains a positive stock for me. Now, why am I saying it? See, guys, I mean, in terms of the credit card adoption, it's just going crazy, right? Everyone, most of the companies of banks, NBFCs, they're all just simply getting into loan giving business. There is no other better loan giving business than either microfinance loans, which has a bad name, or credit card loans, right? Now microfinance loans are given to people who have no other access to credit. So बेचारों को दे देते हैं 16, 17, 20% पे loan, right? What can you do? They are not getting any other loan options. Consumer credit is driven by EMI. These days you would have started noticing कि भाई साहब full price पे तो कुछ खरीदो ही मत, सब कुछ EMI. What is that? That is just an adoption of credit card, and it's just a massive push to propel the consumer spending in the economy so that better GDP numbers come up. I still am a big believer that something like SBI cards could double, right? So I still maintain that stand. How much time will it take? I don't know, but I'm willing to wait for 2-3 years. Not a problem there. I see growth in this stock. It is still available at a very reasonable valuation. If you check the PE of the stock is how much? It is right now at 31. What is the median PE? It used to be roughly 60, right? So that's how the PE was. Right now it is available at 30 and no one is willing to buy it. I would have been speaking about SBI card for the last 3 months. यार तब से 10% गिरा होगा, right? And so much noise has been made. यार बर्बाद हो गए, लुट गए, 10% loss. How to bear this loss? I'm going into depression. This, that. Bhai, if you cannot even hold a stock at 10-15% loss, you will never make money, right? Again, go check the numbers that it is sitting on its highest ever revenues, highest ever profits. Where is the problem, right? So from that perspective, you need to develop a little bit of sense, little bit of understanding in terms of buying these type of stocks, having faith on them. And if you truly understand that, okay, this company looks good, bet on it, have a little bit of patience, and that is how you will make money. Now, the next and the final stock that I will speak about, and this is again a stock that I had spoken quite extensively on my member community. This is City Union Bank. It has again started to give a very good up move in the last 5-6 days. Now, why City Union Bank? Well, it's very simple, right? A massive aggregation is happening, and here you will see that all these tall buildings that are being made here, you will see that this is a massive aggregation phase. So I see a very good run up, and for me, the price target would be somewhere around like 250 rupees for this stock. So I do see it going at least 60-70% from this point. The numbers do support it, right? So if you go and check, again, you will see highest ever profits, highest ever revenues, no problem there. The stock has not given a run up. Again, when a stock is unfortunately in a downturn, no one likes it. But पैसा तभी बनता है when you actually buy stocks that are somewhat undervalued. Now with this said, I have unfortunately run out of time, so I'll close the video here. There were 4 or 5 stocks that I wanted to discuss, so probably I will talk about them in the member community tomorrow, or I will make a separate video for my Hindi channel. Meanwhile, in order to understand how to build a portfolio that is extremely critical, do check out this video next. It will give you a better understanding on how to craft an overall portfolio that can go through any type of market. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.